Am I the asshole for wanting to end a 10-year happy marriage because my husband continued a kink without my consent? Okay. Spill it. What's your take on this mess? Is this okay? Comment your raw reactions or any wild drama you've survived. I am a 33-year-old female, and my husband is a 30-year-old male. We have known each other for 12 years, dated for 10, and have been married for 5. We consider the 10-year mark significant because the marriage was merely a formality. We have 2 young children, aged 5 and 10. Generally, we have had a good marriage with a few rough spots, some sexual incompatibility, different life goals, and so forth. In the last few months, we shared a kink, where he would attempt to have sex with me without waking me. It was fun at first because it was something different and felt safe with my husband. We even experimented with me drinking that night, and there were times when I never woke up. I consented to all of it and, for the first few times, enjoyed it. Other times, I would pretend to still be asleep, and he knew I was faking because we would both laugh afterward. For context, I am a very heavy sleeper and sometimes sleepwalk or sleep talk, and I am difficult to rouse. This is especially true if I have been drinking, which I do not do often, usually socially on weekends. However, it reached a point where this kink was the only time we were being intimate. He was not really interested in anything else, though if I asked, which I rarely do, he would make an attempt. He said it was because he enjoyed the new kink so much. After a month or 2, I started to feel uncomfortable with it. I did not like that it was the only time we were intimate, and I really did not like that sometimes I did not even remember it at all. I just felt like it happened, and he would confirm afterward. It felt like I was no longer a part of it, if that makes sense. About 2 weeks ago, after one such conversation about it happening the night before, I directly asked that it stop. I said that I was no longer comfortable, that it made me feel bad, confused, uninvolved, and so forth. He laughed at first, wondering what was with the sudden switch, since I seemingly had no problems with it before. I explained that it seemed that way, but really, after the first few times, I only allowed it because he liked it, not because I wanted to. Now, I really did not like it. I forbade it. He agreed. Everything seemed fine. We did not argue. We continued not to be intimate, but that was nothing new. Then, 3 days ago, I woke up after a night of light drinking with friends and felt off. There was tenderness in my breasts and a certain tenderness and smell down below that I think most women recognize. I knew, but at the same time I could not believe it. So I did not say anything for a day, but then I could not contain it anymore. How normal he was acting. Felt like I was going insane. I asked, or rather accused, point blank. He tried to lie, but when I laid out the evidence, he quickly conceded. He tried to laugh it off at first. He basically said that it was not a big deal, that we had done it so many times before with my permission, that I was still his wife, that I am difficult to start things with when I am awake, and that, anyway, I had enjoyed the kink and he was not sure if my sudden refusal was a part of it for me, like a consensual non-consent thing, which we had spoken of before and I had expressed some interest in, but it never went further than a conversation or 2. Then he hit me with another shocking revelation. He had done it the night before this one too, and he said I had not complained then, even though I appeared to have been briefly awake. I had no idea and no memory of that, and I had also been lightly drinking with friends. We had made a weekend out of hanging with friends. When we reached the end of the conversation, I pointed out that I felt hurt and betrayed and told him that he was trying to invalidate all that and had not even apologized. He was quiet for a second, then did apologize and asked what he could do to fix it. I said to give me time. He has tried to bring up the conversation twice since then, but I have shut it down. I do not know what to say. I feel so many different things. I feel betrayed, hurt, and angry. But I also feel guilt because he is right that I am hard to start things with and usually say no. I felt I had been so firm, so direct in telling him no, that there had been no room for doubt. Yet it happened twice. Part of me feels like ending things for good. But I know he will be flabbergasted, and so will I, because our relationship is actually good outside of this. We are not intimate or passionate, but we do cuddle. We do hobbies together. We hold hands in the car, we act silly with the children. We really do have a great life. I do love him, and I think this is why it hurts so badly. I suppose my questions are, am I overreacting? And if not, is this fixable? So how? I need advice on this relationship. Has anyone gone through it? I feel betrayed, and if nothing else, I need help on getting through that emotion, so maybe someone could steer me somewhere for that. Additionally, I was sexually assaulted as a child. I am bringing that baggage into this. I thought I was over it, but those feelings are resurfacing, which I know is a totally different situation, but still, I cannot seem to help it. Am I the asshole for wanting to end a 10-year happy marriage, breaking up our family, over my husband continuing a kink I expressly refused to participate in? Edit. Alright, with so many comments all saying the same thing, I would have to be a real dimwit not to hear it. Honestly, the same thing has been in my head about what to call what happened, but I felt like saying it would be too dramatic. Make people say, "Whoa, calm down, he was wrong." But get some perspective. There are people who are actually held down and violently assaulted out there. Do not compare yourself to that. That is your husband. I felt stupid and I feel stupid now. There is also a huge sense of unreality, like this cannot be me, cannot be my life. I keep thinking that maybe I can forget this and go back to 5 days ago, bury it and move on. I know that is not possible, but the thought keeps occurring. This man has literally held me during panic attacks over past trauma, made me feel safe, protected, loved, and cherished. It does not feel like that could be the same person who did this thing. It is like it is two different people. Even now, I feel this ridiculous impulse to go to him for comfort. Why? I am trying to get things right in my mind. For starters, as a baby step, I will sleep in another room and lock the door, as per some of your suggestions. Even that step, I know he will say I am being dramatic, and I will even feel dramatic, but that is what I will do to feel safe while sleeping. From there, I do not know yet. He has been with me my entire adult life. There is so much to work out. Thank you all. Commenter 1. Not the asshole. You consented at first, but then you withdrew your consent and explained to him why you did not want this anymore. So your husband decided to rape you. Plain and simple. And he continued to rape you. He was using your body as a sex toy, basically. Edited to add a word I forgot. Toy. Exactly this. Original poster. Look up consent is like tea on YouTube. Maybe even send it to your husband to see if it helps him understand how what he did was wrong. If you are planning to try and stay together, therapy will be key here, separately and as a couple. Exactly. And in this case, the withdrawal of consent was explicit. She told him she did not like it and to stop. In some cases, the lack of consent is implicit, and the man could conceivably argue he did not realize or know. But this argument cannot be used here. The original poster could not have been any clearer, not saying it ever should be a defense, but it always seems to come up in cases that the victim never actually said stop and so forth, or the man misunderstood and so on. Here there is no doubt. It is as clear-cut as it could be. And prior consent is no defense for him either. It has to be each and every time, and it was until she stopped enjoying it and told him no. He is treating it as if you had both agreed to eat healthily together, but he snuck out and got a burger. A whoops, my bad event. But it has gone so far beyond that. He is in criminal territory. As everyone else said, he is raping you. Until you are in a position to get yourself and your children out of there, at the bare minimum, move into a different locked room at night. Not the asshole. Commenter 2. Are you the asshole for wanting to divorce your husband because he raped you? No, honey, you are not the asshole. You are a victim. Commenter 3. Kinks require consent. He is raping you. You are not overreacting and not the asshole in any way for considering divorce. You are literally not safe in your own home while he is there. Adding, consent needs to be emphatic and continual. Consent can be revoked at any second for any reason. You revoked consent. Do not let him, yourself, or anyone tell you, well, it was okay before. Many things were okay with us at one time, but not when circumstances change. You said no. He did not care. He raped you more than once, and then did not apologize and tried to excuse himself until you demanded an apology. And now he is dismissing your feelings about it. That is called gaslighting. When someone tells you that you did not experience what you experienced, the fact that you have refused to call this rape because you know that he will tell you that it is not, well, that tells me everything I need to know. Clearly, he has gaslighted you before. Edit. I also want to add that people who come from a background of childhood assault, molestation, and abuse often have their understanding of what is acceptable in a relationship twisted or skewed. I cannot tell you how many times we have seen posts on Reddit where a person says their marriage is otherwise great, except for this one thing, and then, as we ask them more and more questions, we see them telling us more and more details about an abusive relationship. At that point, the person will also tell us that they were abused in childhood or in a previous relationship. Abusers groom their victims for abuse because people do not naturally accept abuse if they have not already been prepared for it. This is why, if you have suffered abuse before, you have to be very suspicious of your own judgment. Because you come pre-groomed for abuse, and abusers can identify that in prospective partners. None of this is your fault, and therapy will help you with this. Take care of yourself, original poster. Commenter 4. Is he drugging you? My wife and I have a similar kink, but it is virtually impossible to do without waking her up. Original poster. A part of me deep down wonders that too. I do not think so, though. I think I truly am that heavy of a sleeper. As a teenager, I once slept through a shooting across the street and everyone in my house waking up, police showing up, and so forth. And even when I seem awake and have something like a conversation, which I am told is usually a bit nonsensical, I sometimes do not remember having been awake or having a conversation. I am not sure if it is a condition or just how I am. Commenter 4 continued, I would also consider checking his phone for videos. Oh my goodness, that poor French woman. I did not even think of anything like that. The original poster needs to pack her stuff and go. That was one of the most horrific things I have ever heard about. That poor woman, and it went on for so long with so many people. Commenter 5. I am sorry for you that this has happened. I have had a similar problem, Dalai. System. I apologize for the interruption. Here is the continuation of the corrected comments, maintaining the original tone, structure, and content in English, with spelling and grammar errors fixed, abbreviations expanded, and NTA replaced with not the asshole. Contractions are expanded where appropriate, and informal language is preserved to retain the original voice. Commenter 5 continued. I am sorry for you that this has happened. I have had a similar problem when I was prescribed Ambien. I flat out told my then boyfriend of many years no sex if I had taken Ambien because I was not in my right mind. Yet, it continued. I too had been assaulted as a child and again in my marriage. I had the same thoughts as you. He is my partner. It is not rape, but I know it is not what I wanted, and I did say no. Even if you cannot use the word rape in your mind, the fact is he did not and does not respect you. He can apologize until the cows come home, but he did this deliberately. He only apologized when he realized that his arguments and justifications were not getting him what he wanted. It was simply a new tactic to control your behavior. Figure out how you are going to go about it and divorce this asshole. Start planning your exit. I can guarantee you that it will be better for you and your children in the end. Do not stay because it was not that bad or for the children. Please. Commenter 6. He is assaulting you without your consent. It is not assault. It is straight up rape. Original poster, I am so sorry. He is having sex with you when you have very clearly not consented to it. He knows he has done wrong. He tried to lie to you about it. Please leave him. He obviously does not care about you, neither before you withdrew consent nor especially after. Thank you. Marital rape is still rape. A partner does not get to take advantage just because they feel like it. I would bet he introduced this kink to slowly condition this behavior. The fact that he lied at first and then tried to explain it away is a huge red flag. There is no explaining away, no. Kink can be fun and sexy, but it requires consent. As soon as that is withdrawn, it should be a full stop by both partners.